Welcome back. I'm going to have to start this over again. I'm not sure why it doesn't say automatically save these videos, but my computer, again with Mercury retrograde, it shut down in the middle of getting ready to start the reading. At least we hadn't actually done the reading yet, but we did get all the cards on the table. So, still going to do the 2 overall energy cards from the Shaman Tarot. Overall energy spirit that we like for the Divine Feminines. Overall energy for the Divine Feminines. Okay, overall energy for the masculines, please. Overall energy for the masculines. Overall energy for the masculines. This is the number 3 card. Again, meditating, doing self-love, caring for herself, going in nature, to meditate, to seek the clarity that we spoke of earlier. That was weird. The ego for the masculines. There's also a message for the collective from Spirit earlier on the video. Am I supposed to read? So the message from Spirit earlier was to go in nature for clarity. To go in nature, walk, ask for clarity, and Spirit wanted the collective to know that as long as you're focused on the other person, the masculine or the feminine, if you're focused only on them and not on yourself, that the union comes with self first on both parties. So the Divine Feminine, you have to do your self-love, care, to come in union with yourself first before the Divine Masculine can come forward for the union to take place. That he too needs to rise up, and as the feminine or the leader raises their energy and their vibration, so it also heals the masculine or the divine counterpart, right? So the Spirit's saying you need to walk in nature for clarity, for asking questions. Your spirit guides are there with you. The angels are around you. They want to help you, but you have to ask it and be still in nature, or be still in yourself, in perhaps a meditative state, to hear or to listen to those words that they're speaking to you. It's more of a knowing, or when you're in silence and you ask them to speak to you, then you'll know that the words that you're hearing are from them. All right. So again, work on self first before you can expect the masculine to come forward. As you heal yourself, you heal him. And also that it's the journey, not the destination. Thank you, sir. That your learning and the growth you have of your own spiritual growth during the journey, the lessons you learn, the healing that you do for self, the higher you ascend in higher vibration, this also heals the counterpart, but you'll then begin to see the wisdom of the connection. Okay. So for the feminine, we have the meditation in nature, healing oneself, 3 card. We're going to look at that. The major arcana in this Shaman Tarot. But if you remember in one of my other videos, this is a new deck and I haven't really dove into it yet. It's quite complex. It's Mother Earth, she who gives life and is reflected in the infinity of living forms, rampant creativity and love for nature. But here I see her spirit guides are with her. She's in nature, loving herself enough to take the time out and give thanks to Mother Earth for the things she has, Father Sky, in listening to her spirit guides that is with her, as they always are. And it's a number 3. So for the Divine Masculine, you have the Eagle here, which is majestic bird, and on top of that, Eagle rides the Divine Feminine, guiding, soaring over the storms, through the storms. So let's see what this one is as opposed. Ally of the Clouds, revealing dreams with profound unconscious content, the anxiety towards freedom, a sudden decision followed by action and illumination. Very cool. So we're going to set these aside. Let's see if I can. There, okay. You can see those a little bit. Better. Alright, so starting off with the, again, I have to start over here with the body, the first row, what's going on between physically in the 3D, between the two divine partners. So this is the physical movement of what they're trying to accomplish. This is in their mind space, what they're thinking about is here, and of course what there is in their heart space is here. Okay, so starting off with the physical 3D, there's been justice, there's been a balancing with this 1111, the pillars of both the dark and the light, balancing out the dark energy with the light energy, the masculine with the feminine within each of us. The gifts, the fruits of our labor are coming to fruition in our heart space, listening to our higher self, and justice is here, balancing those dark and light within each partner. Because the Hermit was here physically, we're going within, especially with this 1111 energy. It's a full moon, right? So the full moon's always about reflection of our shadow side, or you know, a very emotional moon energy. It's a very powerful moon. The moon that is here today, this morning, 8:30 this morning, Eastern time, in the U.S. Protecting the flame, but going into the dark side to contemplate things, to meditate, to listen to spirit guidance for your ascension of what's in your best, for your higher good. Uprooting those old belief systems, shedding and just dissolving those old rooted systems of the education, the mindset of how we were raised, the beliefs of what should or shouldn't happen that we impose on ourselves of how we should be. Perhaps you're thinking, oh, you have to work in the matrix of, you know, 9-to-5 job and be a slave to someone else per se. While they make really all the money, they might pay you minimal for your efforts, right? So this is uprooting those old belief systems, going maybe in business for yourself, perhaps starting your own channel, or healing others, teaching others. The Hermit is the wisdom to go in within ourselves, is a very wise choice to go within and heal ourselves and to learn from each situation we encounter. the Five of Cups is going to realize while he's there things that he has lost. What things has he lost? Blood spilt, wine spilt, you know, good times gone. But you want calmer waters. A lot of emotion here between the Hermit time and the Five of Cups, you know, coming awake to look at this. So while you were in the Hermit stage, you have looked at things that you have lost in the past, listening to the science, knowing that it's for calmer waters, even though it's causing a lot of emotions. But you're going to also, just like Justice, balance things out, the two cups here. You want equal give and take. You want to take those two cups, one from you and your divine, pour them into one cup of love. Okay, and the next card up is the Four of Swords. This is the person that's setting those boundaries. Perhaps the Divine Feminine has put her foot down and said, this is what I will, you know, put her sword down from being sharp-tongued and just set it in the ground and said, come to me when you are in your truth. Come to me when you can, you know, meet my energy and be of good vibration, of that spiritual depth that you will willing to do the equal give and take, willing to do the honesty with that partner and treat them like an equal partner of equal give and take as well. But these are the boundaries that have been set up regarding the belief that they know their worth and what is expected going forward. These are the spirit guides protecting this person while they're concentrating still on or understand and protecting the flame connection, but going within self, loving oneself, meditating and knowing that when the person comes to them, they will come to them right. And this is the Page of Cups. He's now ignoring the karmic, the other energies, the other feminines or masculines around this person. Remember, gender is irrelevant. He is in his science and belief of this, holding it close to his heart, nurturing himself with the cup of love, giving himself self-love, understands the emotional and the joyful childlike innocence of the twin flames, inner child of being playful like the dolphins. Dolphins are a representative of pure love, of joy, of innocent like child energy. In the water splashing there is representative of the emotions that are tied to that childlike energy. Perhaps that's bringing up old childhood memories that need to be healed, things from that have caused trauma to the inner child, right? So they need to go within and heal those things before they can come to this person correctly. But they do plan on moving. They're making plans in the physical, in the 3D, of moving things forward, knowing that she's the light, it's a divinely guided with the stars. This is written in the stars long before now. This is something that the spirit guides are even pushing and saying now is the time to move forward and to take that leap of faith. Pack your most precious things that you think you need and take that leap of faith into the unknown, into the galactic energy of the unknown. When we look into the stars, it's like of the universe, you're looking into the unknown, what's up there, right? That's what this is. He's a foundation here, not that it was sturdy because it's only a cliff, but he's taking the leap forward towards and looking up to the divine, up to the stars, knowing that this was divinely guided. And perhaps even remembering back before they reincarnated to Earth that they were written in contract to complete this mission, and now is the time to move forward towards that mission. Okay, in their mind space, they are putting themselves in the hangman position, coming out of the dark, uprooting those old beliefs with new belief systems in place regarding the science of the journey, but there's new growth there. Here it's all dark. Here it's all lit up with the spirit, with the divine knowledge now. And so when they come out of this hangman's energy, they will be enlightened of what they have seen, perhaps in dreams, communication with spirit guide, ready to push this connection forward, knowing that it's of the divine, believing in the faith, having faith, holding it up to the divine and saying, I surrender this connection to you to lead us forward out of these stormy waters and into calm waters. in their mind space. They're thinking about the Queen of Wands, the communication, fast, rapid communication. The divine counterparts here in telepathically connected, listening to your communication with one another. A little bit of fiery energy. While this does have fall all around it, now it is fall here in the States, for the East Coast. So perhaps this is a time when fall is things going dormant, right? Your crops have all been harvested and you've plowed the field and the leaves are turning orange, not almost hibernating. The old are dying off and the new energy is going to grow in the spring. So this is the dying off of old things. Even this tree branch that the bird is on is all dead and broken off. But she's very much in her fiery energy with this facial expression as well. So perhaps because this is right under the physical of the things lost. So she could be thinking that, thinking of things that have died off as well, because it is right under the Five of Cups and right above the heart spaces. In her heart of this was the devil energy that's being worked out, being gotten rid of, cutting the chains to the devil energy, to cutting chains to the generational curses, to the past lives, trauma and bad karma, clearing all that out with the dead of the fall. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. All right, remember setting boundaries here in the 3D of the physical. They've made some communication saying, here's my sword in the ground. You know, to pass this point to me, you need to come to me correctly, and protected by the spirit guides as well with this choice. So now perhaps they're building their pentacles and knowing that he will come, but he needs to take the cover off his eyes. He needs to take the cover, uncover his eyes and see with his third eye, see the things of the future, see the things that Spirit's trying to show him, or the counterpart, male or female. But the one here that's doing the chasing, the first awoken, is sitting there thinking about it, perhaps a little too much, and that's what the Spirit message was in the beginning regarding these energies, was that if you just sit there and contemplate, nothing's going to happen, because you need to work on self. You need to be in the self-healing mode, not just staring out into a window, thinking just about that person, when's he coming, when's he coming. You need to do your healing, set your boundaries, so that he can make that move forward, he or she. Okay, and the next card up is the Magician in the mind space, mind you. This is the mind space, what they think about, literally, or what people are thinking about in this collective. What they're manifesting, they're thinking, okay, it's a full moon. I'm sure everyone did their manifestations, their spell work per se. This is the Magician that has gone through a tower recently, because the 3 pillars here have been broken off, just like the old death. That the tower moment has caused a death in things of their structures around them, things that they used to have to protect them, or they felt protected by the old tower perhaps, or the building that they were in. But they've received that lightning bolt, that aha moment. The belief now is in their heart. They have all the tools within them, and they realize that. They've been told, you have all the tools within you to move this forward. And the counterpart is shedding the old skin of the snake energy, becoming new. Things will be blossoming in the spring here, flowers all around. The sun is coming up behind him. Sorry, hope that wasn't in the mic. Let's see what else. And you have to know how to go within and use the tools that are within you. Some of that is your manifestation ability. Some of that is seeing things as they are, seeing the truth behind the lies, or removing the veil. Being in your high priestess energy are some of the tools that you have available to you. You have to tap into them. And during meditation or flying above the storms, this aha moment will come to you. Temperance is here to balance things out so things can bloom. The sun will rise over the green pastures. very much in tune to the divine source, higher self, listening to their higher self. Know that the and angel wings are at their feet, helping them with the temperance, is balancing things out, making sure that they are both grounded and in their emotions simultaneously. This is their thoughts. How can I be grounded and be this emotional in one? Okay, in their thoughts is how much pain they have caused this connection. Perhaps one person regarding three-party situations or addictions or a workaholic, whatever the case may be. Maybe they gossiped about the one they love, or perhaps they stabbed them in the back in some manner. However, by choosing the karmic in times past, choosing wrong may have made the other feel like they were abandoned or of lower self. But to go in and heal the heartache, to heal the injuries, those swords that have gone into the heart, you have to meditate, go into and heal those things, and understand that these all were lessons, all triggers to help you grow. They were put in place, they were written before they even happened, so you can't necessarily, you need to have mercy. Spirit says have mercy on the divine counterpart for the actions taken, because it was not of them, it was to teach. It was not something that happened to you, it's something happened for you as a gift of education, a gift of learning of how to heal those old childhood wounds as well. This is in the heart space. Okay, 10 of Wands, carrying those burdens, wanting to put those burdens down. The path has been long and hard, but you're putting those burdens down. The 10 of Wands, it's an ending in the heart space. Your heart knows that when you went into this, justice came, and in your mind you know that you had to go into the hangman energy, and in the heart space you knew that you had to put these burdens down that no longer serve you, so that you can move forward. Cut out things that don't. In their heart space they know that they need to cut out the things that no longer serve them and be in their truth. And utmost of the importance, to move forward you have to be in truth. You can't move forward in a spiritual growth with lies and devil energy in your heart. So your heart needs to be true. Stand in your truth, speak your truth. Just do the confession and let there be mercy, and so that the two can move forward. And again, the devil energy is here. We already spoke of underneath here, cutting the chains of the generational curses, perhaps from, I think we got this kind of energy yesterday as well. In the reading it was like generational curses, and I mentioned about the German ancestry with the Guinness beer of alcoholism, or the Irish that, whatever they drink. Anyway, Irish cream maybe. But it's the generation after generation, because of a certain bloodline, perhaps they have predestined curses in their family, or addictions in their family that have been passed down. It could even just be abuse in general. But you're having to cut those chains of all the generations, so that the future generations are healed by your actions as well. By cutting this generational chain off, then it heals for you, but it heals the path forward for your children and their children and generations to come. Raising the vibration will heal them as well, putting an end to devil energy. Whatever that is for each person is going to be different. Knowing in their third eye, they see now how much it hurts others, and they're receiving the messages from their higher self, from the divine, from the Great Spirit, saying, these are the energies, the snake things that you need to put behind you. Alright, and going here again with this one right down. They've set boundaries, they've gone within, spirit guides are with them. She's focused and he has to take the blindfold off. But here he is being in the heart space, he thinks he's listening to what you're saying. He too is listening to you, while you're talking to him with his blindfold on, he's listening and hears you regarding this, holding on to the staff, both concentrating on one another so much that you need to go within, set boundaries, go within and heal self, and not be so focused on each other. Alright? To help the connection grow, you need to heal oneself. And as you heal more and more, then the connection will grow closer together. You'll be more of one. Because you'll see the movement forward closer and closer, a little at a time. 6 of Cups under the nurturing himself here finally, right? He went in, meditated, he's nurturing himself, manifesting this because he's received that aha moment, and he knows that he wants to grow old with this person, or that if they are in the senior years, then they feel young again with this person, but they know that they need to work at this, dig out the dirt of what doesn't serve them, and heal, plant seeds for the future of equal balance. And with Chariot wanting in the physical to move forward, spirit, you can see these spirit guides are pushing that Chariot forward so that the lotus, the love, the unconditional love can move forward, taking that leap of faith in the physical. Again, that's the 3D. This is the mind space here. Temperance here to balance things out regarding the heartache. In the heart space, they know that they want to balance things out. They're focused in their heart about the 4 of Wands, or 4 of Pentacles, as well as 4 of Wands here, because I'm seeing these sticks. 4 of Wands is balance, security, stability. So they are focused on stability, not only financially with their Pentacles, but with their home space. They're listening here to their higher self, perhaps a little too greedy or too protective of their Pentacles when they should be concentrating more on healing. This is their heart space. Heart space too, the King of Swords, he knows that he's coming forward with his truth, and he's not happy about it. You can see the look on that man's face. I mean, he's just not happy he has to tell the truth. That's all there is. This face cracks me up. It's like, just say it like it is. Being in truth is not that hard. But especially if it's a divine connection, then you know that person's going to give you unconditional love. That counterpart's going to give you the mercy that you are looking for when you come into your truth, divine masculine or feminine. But their spirit guides are there at their feet, guiding them as well, making sure that spirit guide's sitting right on his feet, saying, you're not getting up until you speak your truth. You're not moving, you're not standing up and walking away. You're going to sit in that throne until you are in your truth. And you can see on each side of him, he has these little black gargoyles. They almost look like cats, but they have very sharp fangs, like thorns in his side, making sure, holding him in that seat. You see them as well. This is in his heart space, or how he feels in his heart space. But also, most of all, ending with the heart space is the Knight of Cups. He wants to come up out of that emotional, and he feels that he really wants to bring that cup of love forward. He feels like he is your knight in shining armor, although he's coming in on a trout, so maybe he loves to fish. But what I also notice on this knight is he's got a harness, or a bridle on this fish, so he thinks he's going to control it. You can't control the divine connection. You can't control, he wants to control his emotions, or he's trying to control his emotions as he moves forward in this cup of love. Alright, let's do some clarifying. Give me 1 second. There we go. making sure that energy is fresh. I did shuffle and clear these before, but for some reason I thought I need to do that. Alright, Spirit, we're going to clarify this justice that's in the 3D physical realm. In the comment sections, love to hear how those that are watching, how the ascension on 11/11 helped you, or if you felt any changes. What, if you want to speak of or mention what you were manifesting, that could be as well. Alright, clarifying justice, please, for the 3D, for the collective. Clarifying justice for the 3D position. Right? Star card, of course, you're the star of justice is here. They know that you're the guiding star, that you were sent to them. They feel like you were sent to them from the heavens, that you're angelic, and here they are in devil energy, that counterpart. Perhaps that's making them feel unworthy, but you need to reassure them that they most certainly are worthy, because we too as divine feminine started in our devil energy when we started on our journey. King of Cups is nurturing himself, the star. He's sitting on his throne thinking about this star and how she guides him and how he's just waiting for her to come in on this ship. And we also have an eagle soaring towards him. Okay. So, clarify the Hermit, please, in the 3D. Physically. Clarify the Hermit. Thank you. The World, and 3 of Pentacles. So the Hermit knows that he has to do work, that it's, in order to make this a masterpiece, there's work to be done, and he's going in Hermit mode, following on that, focusing on that flame connection, but knowing what's the next step, where do I start now? He's painting this masterpiece on this wall, and he's like going within and saying, where do I begin? You know, I've got to uproot my foundation, so where do I start now? He's got to forget everything he ever learned and start all anew. The world is turning. Time. He understands when he went into the Hermit mode, the time is now. The world is turning. And tomorrow's not promised. There's a mission to raise the vibration of Earth, which is the world, right? It's not just one country, not just one person. It's not about you. Sorry to tell you, but it's really, this journey is really not about us. It's about the collective. It's about the Earth, saving all living creatures, raising the vibration of the Earth. Strength, 5 of Cups, having the strength to realize, yes, there has been blood spilled, cups spilled, and to get to that calmer water and the emotions, you're going to require strength. But you have the strength. Spirit says that you've been working on this your whole life. Lessons that you had happen, things, deaths in the family that you had happen to you as either a child or as an adult, struggles, those loss of jobs, loss of friends. All those things that you thought happened to you as a younger person were gifts to make you stronger, to give you the strength to prepare for this day. Nothing happens to us. Everything happens for us in life as a lesson, either to the light side or the dark side of that lesson, whether it be for good karma or bad karma. But either way, it's growth. You can learn from the things that have gone wrong just as much as you can learn from things that go right. 4 of Swords, Page of Cups, yes, holding up the cup of love, saying I surrender this love and this passion to the divine, to source, greater spirit, to help guide this connection. And she's blessed by the rainbow behind her. because she has taken the step to surrender to the divine. And that's exactly what they're doing here. They're surrendering all healing self, but surrendering to lay there in the cold in the mountains surrounded by the wolves, but they're surrendering knowing that Spirit will have their back. Two of Pentacles, Page of Cups. It's balanced. They have to choose. They know that they have to choose the divine cup, the divine pentacle here, as well as the ship. There's only one ship that is got like a globe of light around it, and one pentacle that has like a globe of light around it. The other two pentacles and ship don't have the same glow, so they need to choose the divine choice. If they watch for the synchronicities and the symbols, if they listen to spirit guides and the angels around them, they will know which to choose. If they choose of their ego, then they will choose wrong. And they will have to pay the karmic bad karma that will come their way if they're choosing wrongly. Page of Swords, contemplating this move. Clarify the Chariot? Clarify. Okay. So the Chariot is clarified with the Wheel of Fortune, moving things forward, taking that leap of faith. But the Wheel of Fortune wants to turn forward for you. Page of Pentacles, so that you have that to offer. The Fool card, Fool card, please. I always want to go for their walk, they're waiting by the door. The Fool card, taking choice, taking the leap of faith. Stop. The Emperor. He's taking that leap of faith. He's come into his power of the Emperor, and he knows that she's the Empress or the High Priestess, and he's ready to move forward. This is someone that takes charge, that's in charge, perhaps like a boss energy, father energy as well. The Three of Cups, celebration. Celebrating with that. This is not the three-person party situation. This is celebration, Spirit says, because they have reached their Emperor energy and taken the leap forward in the physical, in the 3D here. Okay, clarify in the mind space the Hangman, please, Spirit. Clarify the Hangman. Clarify the Hangman. I'm going to have to go check the dogs what they're getting upset about. Flip. Hangman, Eight of Swords, putting the swords behind them. You see in this one with the Eight of Swords, and I like it because it shows that while the swords are in the ground and she may feel trapped, she's turned her back to those swords so that she can move forward. Let me check on the dogs. What's the matter? Sorry about that. Okay, and the other one that fell on the floor regarding the Hangman, Eight of Swords, was Nine of Cups. She has Nine of Cups. She's full of her emotions. She's done her self-love. She's in union with self here, but she knows still that the one cup comes from the Divine Masculine. Clarify Six of Swords, moving forward to calmer waters in the mind space, please. Judgment is here. They feel they're being judged, being pulled. Judgment, moving forward on Judgment. Judgment was here to give them the nudge forward, to put them in that boat, to say you're moving forward. And listen to the divine spirit, or you'll get tossed out of that boat. And so we say that when I didn't want to do something, and then all of a sudden, you know, like boom, something terrible would happen. I'm like, well, I guess the spirit decided to toss me out of the boat. Either walk on water or sink. Queen of Wands. Clarify Queen of Wands. Clarify Queen of Wands in the mind space, please. And clarifying the Queen of Wands. Ooh, really? I must have thought something bad, man. Hey, Queen of Wands with the Hierophant. She's sitting there. Remember we said, because she knows of the devil energy, things she's had to cut out, or that he's had to cut out. And this is like the fall, so things have died off. But the Hierophant here is also in his throne, sitting there, concentrating on the, with the two flames at his side, but very confident in self. Let me pick those up. Half the deck, so I'm not taking any of them. Oh, got just a few interruptions during this video, don't we? Thank you, Mercury. Alright, we will clarify this Nine of Pentacles. With the Hangman, putting themselves in a hangman position, trying to look at things from a different perspective, knowing that the connection is there, having their, putting their emotions beneath, aside. What else about the Hangman? The Nine of Pentacles. What else can we verify Nine of Pentacles with? Clarify the Nine of Pentacles. Communication coming in from the divine, and that she's sitting comfortably and still by the still waters, listening to her counterpart, or with telepathy, but also hearing the communication coming in from the divine. And Five of Cups, again looking at the things that were spilt, knowing she still has two. She's loving herself. Notice on this how she's wrapped herself in a beautiful robe type, almost looks like a, I'm going to say a beach blanket or something, or, but she's caring for herself in that way. You can tell that she's wrapped herself in a caring way, so she's nurturing self. Regarding that Nine of Pentacles, clarify the Magician spirit. In the mind space, the Magician. Yeah, Three of Wands, making that choice and moving forward, holding on to the choice that she made or he made, looking out into the waters, waiting for it to arrive, waiting for what they've manifested to arrive. Thank you, Spirit. Temperance, Temperance. Temperance is balancing things out because of the devil energy that was present. Removing that so that the sun can rise, greener pastures. The devil energy preceded the heartache, is what caused the heartache. Clarify the Three Swords. Yeah, Five of the broken heart, the Three of Swords, clarified with the Five of Pentacles, someone that felt like that in the cold in their mind space, okay? That's what they were thinking about, or that's what they are thinking about. But remember that during that time of out in the cold, you can learn from the things that are around you. Take the time to nurture oneself while you're out there in the cold. Okay, clarify 10 of Wands in the heart space. Okay, we gotta get different deck, Spirit says. Alright. Usually means something's going to come up that was already up. 10 of Wands. Spirit, 10 of Wands. Hopefully the smoke detector doesn't go off like last week. That's why I haven't left it burning regularly, because the smoke detector kept going off. And it's way up in the cathedral ceiling. Had to call someone to come shut it off. Alright, 10 of Wands, Spirit. Clarify this 10 of Wands. Okay, 10 of Wands. Wands, yeah. We clarified with the 10 of Wands. It's an ending of struggle, an ending of crawling on their belly through thorns, putting an ending to that, deciding there's been enough pain. He wants to come forward with communication and put an end to the drawing swords on one another, to the Queen of Cups, the one that's in emotion, one that's offering that unconditional love. Page of Swords in the heart space, Page of Swords in the heart space. They want to be in their truth. They're trying to figure out how to be in their truth. They want to surrender to the divine counterpart. They know that you hold the key to their heart, 10 of Coins. They want to be abundant with you and offer you a gift because you hold the key to their heart, the only key to their heart. They understand that you are the with the 9 of Cups, they understand you're the one that nurtures them, that you're the one that fulfills them, their cup, their emotions, their love. Clarify the devil energy, please. In the heart space, clarify the devil in the heart space. With the Magician, yeah, trying to manifest our way out of these habits and these generational curses, doing the magic that's required, going in and cutting the chains with their manifestations, especially during this full moon, which is this morning. Ace of Wands, truth, new beginning, communication. Thank you. Page of Wands, clarify Page of Wands, clarify Page of Wands. With an 8 of Wands, clarifying the Page of Wands. With 8 of Wands, and then when you look at this, it looks like the wands make like 1111 in multiple places here, but also that Cupid's arrow is there in the background. So much communication, very positive from the divine as well as to one another, up out of the stormy clouds, communication that's rising out of those clouds that were created. offering that, this popped up, so offering that cup of love under the 6 of Cups here. 6 of Cups with the Page of Cups. Offering his cup of love to that one that makes him feel youthful again, or the one that he wants to grow old with. Star 5e, 4 of Pentacles in the heart space. Yeah, putting an end, 4 of Swords, resting. He knows and he's thinking about bringing you a gift. And be stable. Stability. 4 of Wands with 4 of Swords. Stability. 4 and 4. Clarify the King of Swords in the heart space. Oops, alright. King of Swords thinking about offering that cup of love as well in his heart space. That's why he's having to come forward in that truth, even though he might not be happy or not know how. Anyway, for people, I think if they can't meet face to face, at least write an email, write the truth in the text, whatever. Well, face to face would be preferred for most people, but at least the truth would be out there. Queen of Coins. She's listening to her intuition. She's very abundant. Her throat chakra is open. Her heart chakra is open. She is just glowing at this time. And so it's drawing the Knight of Cups to her. Because he knows how abundant and how intuitively she is. Anything else for the Divine Collective? Anything else regarding this connection today? For the energies for today? Judgment is here. Hang on. Okay, so we have the Judgment, since that was on top. Judgment is here today regarding these situations, the thoughts, the 3D, the what's in their heart space. King of Wands, the mask is still a little bit closed, but coming open passionately about this connection with the 2 flames there. He knows that she might come across as the Queen of Swords because she is very much intuitive, and she, as the High Priestess, already sees or knows the truth behind the lies, but knows that he needs to come forward and speak his truth. But he does want to be your King of Coins, offering you that pentacle, and draped in his emotion. His heart chakra is wide open. Let me get you a loop. What else would you like to, messages would you like to give? Sisterhood of the Rose, beauty and devotion, the priestess, mystic, and teacher. Anything else? What would you like energy for today for the collective to know, to work on? Play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. I like that. Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. Speak, go in nature, meditate. The unfolding rose. Ooh, cracked open like the chakra here, the heart chakra of the king there. Wherever he was, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. There you go. How many times today did I say it? It's happening for you, not to you. So stop with the victimization. Someone must be feeling like they're a victim, like they're poor me mentality. I can't have this connection, or the poor me, I can't. Everything keeps going wrong. It's happening for you as a gift to learn, not to you. So appreciate the gift. Look at it from a different perspective, and give thanks for those lessons. Alright, I'm going to leave you with this message, and again, comment below on how your journey is going. Namaste.